In 1867, Kansas State University held its first commencement. 3 women and 2 men graduated that year. As the first land-grant university in the nation, this fledgling university had a vision of providing innovative education to all people. That early vision has continued through to the present. With over 250 majors and a diverse student body, including students from all 50 states and more than 100 countries. Becoming one of the nation's top 50 public research universities by 2025 is today's vision for tomorrow. With academic programs among the best in the nation and professors who are leaders in their fields, Kansas State University is an international leader in teaching, learning, service, and research. Today's graduates join over 200,000 alumni who are proud to call K-State their alma mater. Congratulations, and thank you to all those who have supported them through their undergraduate experience at Kansas State University.
please stand while Samantha Williams, a senior in applied music, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave a proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Samantha. You may be seated. Good morning. I am Debbie Mercer, Dean of the College of Education, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2019 College of Education Commencement. As we begin our program this morning, I'm privileged to introduce the members of the platform party. I ask them to stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until the entire group has been introduced. Beginning on your far right, we have Roger Sheferick, Assistant Dean of Education, Samantha Williams, vocalist, Madeline Vance, student commencement speaker, Todd Goodson, Assistant Dean of Education and Curriculum and Instruction Department Chair, Richard Myers, President, and on my right, Whitney Morgan, commencement speaker, Charles Tabor, Provost and Executive Vice President, Amy Button-Renz, President and CEO of the K-State Alumni Association, and Brad Bernheide, Associate Professor. Be seated. This day truly would not be possible without the conscientious, caring, and rigorous attention of a dedicated faculty. And I'm honored to introduce representatives of our faculty, and I ask them to stand and remain standing. And once again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. James Alberto, Mark Elner, Lori Goodson, Trina Harlow, Judy Huey, Sherry Martini, Angie Messer, Kaylee Myers, Vicki Sherbert, Jackie Spears, Julie Teeley, Tom Vance, Jeff Sakarakis, and I also recognize those members serving as marshals, Lotta Larson, Suzanne Perath, Jim Teagarden, Ken Huey, Kimberly Staples, and V. Stoney. My appreciation to our dedicated faculty. I would also like to thank Lars Quinke, Senior in Applied Music, for providing the organ music for today's ceremony, and Terry Ferguson, Kansas State University alumnus, for providing the bagpiping music. This year, we continue a special tradition during commencement by recognizing outstanding College of Education graduates. Dr. Todd Goodson, Assistant Dean and Department Chair of Curriculum and Instruction, and Dr. Roger Sheferick, Assistant Dean, will present the Outstanding Undergraduate Student Awards.
Thank you, Dean Mercer. Today we have the opportunity to honor our outstanding undergraduate students. We know they are well prepared as knowledgeable, ethical, caring decision makers who will greatly impact their future students, schools, and communities. At this time, will the following graduates please come forward to the lower platform to meet Dr. Sheferick for the presentation. Ashley Billings, Margot Coltrane, Rachel Duden, Adriana Elliott, Shauna Gower, Alyssa Culp, Byron Lewis IV, and Caitlin Morgan. Each semester, we present 2 Outstanding Future Teacher Awards, one in elementary education and the other in secondary education. This award recognizes outstanding future teachers who demonstrate excellence during their professional clinical experiences as supported and documented by their cooperating teachers, university supervisors, and/or clinical instructors. Adriana Elliott of Sunrise, Florida, is receiving the Fall 2019 Outstanding Future Teacher Award for Elementary Education. Ashley Billings of Salina, Kansas, is receiving the Fall 2019 Outstanding Future Teacher Award for Secondary Education. She is a graduate in English education. Congratulations, Adriana and Ashley. Each semester, faculty identifies several students to receive the Outstanding Undergraduate Student Award. This award recognizes their outstanding scholarship and leadership in college, campus, and community activities. Each of these students exemplifies the meaning of being a knowledgeable, ethical, caring decision maker, thereby reflecting the best qualities of all of our graduates. Margot Coltrane is from Andover, Kansas, and is a graduate in secondary English education. Rachel Duden is from Lincoln, Nebraska, and is a graduate in secondary math education. Byron Lewis IV is from Topeka, Kansas, and is a graduate in elementary education. And Caitlin Morgan is a graduate in secondary English education from Liberal, Kansas. Congratulations to these outstanding graduates. Each semester, the Kansas State Department of Education recognizes teachers of promise from each of the teacher education programs in the state. Earlier this semester, these teachers of promise were recognized by the Kansas State Department of Education. Shauna Gower of Overland Park, Kansas, was recognized as the Secondary Education Teacher of Promise. She is a graduate in secondary biology education. And Alyssa Culp of Leonardville, Kansas, was recognized as the Elementary Education Teacher of Promise. Congratulations to all of these outstanding undergraduate students. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, Whitney Morgan. Whitney is the 2019 Kansas Teacher of the Year. She teaches English language arts to immigrant, migrant, and refugee students at Wyandotte High School in Kansas City, Kansas. She began her career as an English teacher in 2013 after 3 years of internship service and contributions to nonprofits in Kansas City servicing foster and adoptive children, homeless teens, and public performing arts entertainment. Her nonprofit background influences her strengths-based collaboration and creativity in the classroom. Whitney aims to build both relational and systemic supports for students and teachers. Whitney encourages teachers, students, and the public to leverage their individual strengths to collectively work together toward an equitable education system founded in empathy and love. Whitney received her Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education from Kansas State University in 2012, with an emphasis in English and a minor in nonprofit leadership. I am pleased to present Whitney Morgan.
When I was a child, my grandmother took me on treasure walks, and no matter what I found, a bumpy stick, a rock, a funny-shaped leaf, she would exclaim, "This is a treasure." She had a gift for seeing the beauty around her. If a butterfly flit by or a hummingbird hummed, we would hush, listen, and see. It's something I try to bring to my classroom. The reminder that while I continue to strive for progress, to also slow down enough to see and appreciate. Today is a day for us to pause. 7 years ago, I was where you are, about to move my tassel to the left as a proud graduate of Kansas State University. Commencements are special times in our lives. They give us a built-in breath, an opportunity to reflect and celebrate before moving forward. Commencement isn't the accomplishment itself, but the celebration of the relationships and the small acts of every day that helped to make this day possible. Today, I appreciate each of you for answering the call to teach. And while I promise that it won't always be easy, and that there will be difficult days and sometimes seasons, I can also promise you that each day has something small and beautiful where our humanity and our connectedness to one another shines through. Because it's on the darkest of days when highlighting sparks of connectedness deserve our attention most. This year, for me, it was a student dropping off Burmese soup on my desk with a brown ceramic bowl from their kitchen. It was a colleague hearing about a rough day running up to my room during their 20-minute lunch period to say, "I'm here, what do you need?" It was writing personalized letters to each student in the class that needed some restoration from the day before, so that each student would know that even after a difficult day, their teacher still believed and still could write the words, "You're important." To which a student responded, "Mrs. Morgan, you care too much." To which I replied, "And I'm never gonna stop. I'm not always gonna get it right, but I'm not ever gonna stop caring." It's no wonder that these moments are more human-driven than assessment, which is not to say that our content and our pedagogy can't be an entry point for our humanity. Today, one of my cherished commencement memories is from a student. A few years ago, this student came to school with his parents and asked to drop out. It was sudden and out of character, but there they sat, ready to sign the paperwork. When the administrator asked if he would talk to anyone first, he said my name. And so there I sat in the counselor's office with the student, his mom, my administrator, and the counselor too, all crowded in a too small space. I pulled out some of the writing he had done for class, his immigration story in response to a text that we had read. It included his hopes for the future. I asked him to remember them as an anchor and come back to the choice again. He came back the rest of that week, and the week after, and the week after. 2 years later, he graduated with both his high school diploma and his technical certificate. When his family came on graduation day, they sought me out for photos. Is she the one? Is she the teacher? His family asked in tears as they loaded him with flowers and positioned him in front of the school, tassel moved to the left, grinning wide, an arm around me for a picture I wish I had a copy of. I still don't know why he came to drop out that day, but I'd like to think it was belief in another story that kept him there. All I did was sing his own song of hope back to himself. Graduates, you're the ones. You're the teachers. And as teachers, we get the astounding opportunity to come alongside others in love and learning. Our success is the success of students and one another. It's messy work and it's human work, but it's also endlessly meaningful. This year, our nation's educators have been leading the way for more financial and cultural equity, for broader and more diverse representation, for relationship and empathy to drive our work more than test scores, and for more social and emotional supports for teachers and students, to list just some of our passions. We welcome you to our collective, both as a fellow educator as well as a leader and change agent. And so as you go forward into your teaching and leading career, I have some hopes to speak over each of you today. I hope that you are able to protect intentional pause, to stop, listen, and see the beauty of the everyday, particularly in the people around you. May you disconnect to reconnect. May you get quiet and still long enough to hear the beating of your own heart and the song that your heart sings. May you stay true to your why. I hope that you read books that thrill you and cultivate habits that fill you. May you know who you are and what you stand for, and that can change as you learn and grow. May you learn and grow. May your journey be one of true strength, which comes not from individual willpower or perfection, but in and through questions, imagination, and community. I hope that grace and love will abound not only for others, but for yourself too. That limitations will be seen as an opportunity to reach out and link arms with another. That you know even when it doesn't feel like it, and even if you fail, that you matter and you are not alone. I hope that you find those people, the people whose hearts beat to the same passion as yours, the people who challenge you and inspire you, who simultaneously lift you up and keep you grounded. The ones who work through difficulties by your side and celebrate big, who view struggle as opportunity and all people as worthy. Link arms with them. Start with at least one. Make time to laugh and laugh and laugh, because teachers need one another too. As I look out over this crowd today, I am overcome with joy. Thank you for answering the call to teach. We need you and your passion. We need your talent, your hard work, and your leadership. You bring something special and unique that only you can bring to your classrooms and your teams. There's no greater joy than working in the field of love and education. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, Whitney. To extend remarks on behalf of students of our college, I'm pleased to introduce Madeline Vance, a secondary social studies education graduate from Wamego, Kansas.
Greetings, friends, family, faculty, and staff in the College of Education's graduating class of 2019. Today, I stand before you to give a commencement speech, a speech that is supposed to inspire, impart wisdom, and give worthwhile advice for this next chapter in your life. So, as a teacher, what did I do to prepare for this speech? I immediately turned to my middle school students for help. I asked 140 11-year-olds, what is some advice you'd give new teachers? It was tough to choose the best piece of advice to pass on. It was definitely a toss-up between stay calm or it's going to be rough, or my personal favorite, just give students hot Cheetos and you'll be good. Yeah, hot Cheetos are important, but even more importantly, I think kids have this amazing ability to teach adults more about life than we could possibly imagine. That being said, I want to leave you with 3 pieces of advice from my 6th graders that I did find valuable. Number 1, we all make mistakes, so make sure to always give students a second chance. In our teaching careers, we will make plenty of mistakes, but just like we teach our students every day, mistakes help us learn. Mistakes make us better teachers. So, be open to making mistakes, learn from these experiences, and encourage your students to do the same. Number 2, stop comparing us to other people. We were all made different. I love that. We were all made different. And thanks to our thoughtful professors sitting in front of me, we not only know how to acknowledge these differences, but how to appreciate the uniqueness of each and every one of our students. And number 3, remember to teach like a kid. I had never heard this one before, but after thinking about it, I don't think I could leave you with a better piece of advice. As teachers, we've been taught the most important thing about education is not your content, not your teaching style, not even classroom decorations, even though I get a little carried away. Instead, it is the relationships you build with your students. And what better way to do that than to teach like one of them? So teachers, Teach like a kid. Have fun, laugh at yourself, and just give out hot Cheetos once in a while and you'll be good. Congratulations, class of 2019, and good luck in all of your future endeavors.
Thank you, Maddie. Kansas State University believes in family. Upon graduation, you become a lifelong member of the K-State family. Our nationally acclaimed Alumni Association will serve as your primary connection to the university. To welcome you with a special announcement, I'm pleased to introduce Amy Button-Renz, President and CEO of the K-State Alumni Association.
Good morning. I'm excited to join you today with the honor of being the first person to welcome you into the alumni family of Kansas State University and the K-State Alumni Association. We are excited to celebrate with you and those who have supported you along the journey. As an alumnus, you now join a K-State network of more than 280,000 graduates and friends. The Alumni Association will be your link to your alma mater for life. Our mission at the Alumni Association is to lead and inspire lifelong involvement that will benefit Kansas State University and all members of our Wildcat community. Our core values guide us in the mission to help us keep you connected with Kansas State. Our most important value is link. The Alumni Association provides the lifelong link that alumni depend on to remain connected. You can stay in touch through hundreds of alumni activities held on campus, around the country, and internationally. We want to keep in touch with you and be of service to you no matter where you live. Another value is tradition. You will likely celebrate a few traditions this weekend as you sing the alma mater or take KSU photos at your favorite spot on campus. You may also have fond memories of doing the Wabash at a K-State sporting event or rubbing the nose of the bronze Wildcat statue at the Alumni Center for good luck on a test or to ensure a Wildcat victory. As the keepers of tradition, we also hope you will have a chance to visit the Alumni Center to see the memorabilia of many K-State traditions that we have on display. The final value I'd like to talk about is purple. For K-Staters, it's more than a color. It's a symbol of pride, connection, and family. When you see someone in purple, wearing a K-State class ring, or with a PowerCat license plate on the back of their vehicle, you will feel that same sense of family. In recognition of your graduation, the College of Education and the K-State Alumni Association are providing you with a complimentary one-year membership to the Alumni Association. We hope you will enjoy the membership benefits and continue to be an active member after your first year. Your membership is important to us and your university. We can't be us without you. K-State alumni are among the most loyal in the nation. In fact, our membership ranks #1 in the Big 12 for the percentage of graduates that are members. That loyalty is shared by generations of K-Staters who have the same passion for K-State that you feel today as you receive your degree from one of the finest universities in the nation. The Alumni Association is also pleased to present you today with an exclusive alumni business card holder. As you go through life and your titles and addresses change, please be sure to keep us updated. We want to make sure you are always connected to your K-State family. Congratulations and go Cats.
Thank you, Amy. Now, it is time for the most important single event of this morning's ceremony. Will all candidates for bachelor's degrees in elementary, secondary education, and educational studies please rise? I'm happy to introduce Richard Myers, President of Kansas State University, for the conferral of degrees.
Thank you, Dean Mercer. By the authority granted me by the people of Kansas and the Kansas Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, and upon completion of all degree requirements, I am pleased to confer upon you the respective degrees you have earned at Kansas State University. You may now move the tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. You are now graduates of Kansas State University.
Thank you, President Myers, and congratulations to all candidates of the class of December 2019. We'll now proceed with the presentation of diplomas to the graduates. Will the graduates with the Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education please remain standing? Secondary Education and Educational Studies graduates, please be seated. I will make the presentations and will be assisted by Dr. Brad Bernheide and Dr. Roger Sheferick. And I'm especially pleased that our President Richard Myers and Provost and Executive Vice President Charles Tabor will be joining me in congratulating each graduate.
Catherine Diane Engelmeyer. Sarah Marie Bergkamp. Lauren Marie Bergman, magna cum laude. Libby Paige Bontrager. Shelby Brooke Carpenter, cum laude, honors program completer. Alexandria Ruth Cecil. Olivia Nicole Disselkamp, summa cum laude. Adriana Marie Elliott, cum laude. Krista Ann Elliott. Emily Jane Engelman, magna cum laude. Lindsay Ray Farmer. Emily Jane Hamilton. Elizabeth Brooke Harper. Tegan Taylor Hayes. Abigail Hugert. Julia Marie Johnson, cum laude. Alyssa Renee Culp. Jessica Ann Lee. Byron J. Lewis IV. Call me Mr. Program Completer. Katie Lynn Ling. Francesca Christine Matrone. Haley Christine Murmis. Penny Nicole Miner, cum laude. Jacob Hunter Mishlick. Molly Jo Morgan, magna cum laude. Anna Rochelle Murphy. Catherine Elizabeth Murray. Alexis Newhan. Quinn Redfern Osborne. Allison Nicole Painter. Emily Jane Preston, cum laude. Marisol Ramirez. Thomas Sean Reason. Jessica Ann Reno, cum laude, honors program completer. Catherine Elizabeth Ritchie. Devin Marie Risto. Kayla Marie Royth. Chloe Ross, magna cum laude. Essence Renee Rush, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Scarborough. McKenna Marie Shelton. Christian Silvestre. Call me Mr. Program Completer. Kylie Danielle Simon. Katie Ann Stitch. Courtney Lynn Terrell. Anna Helene Verrucci. Shelby Michelle Wade, cum laude. Lexi Elise Weeks. Darian Jade Weiss. Ashley Nicole Wickman. Madison Nicole Zimmerling.
Please join me in congratulating our elementary education graduates. Please be seated. Will graduates with the Bachelor of Science degree in Secondary Education and Educational Studies please rise and remain standing.
Ashley Lynn Billings. Jace Trenton Brock. Jacob Titus Burkholder. Margot Renee Coltrane, summa cum laude. John McBride Dodderwike. Kelsey Lane Dowers. Rachel Monica Duden, magna cum laude, honors program completer. Kristen Lee Emick. Taylor Ann Engel. Shauna Marie Gower, magna cum laude. Erin Aileen Hassler. Levi Jones, cum laude. Joshua Mark Macy. Michael Thomas McCosh, Honors Program Completer. Melissa Eileen Mahoney. Caitlin Morgan. Sarah Angelina Peterson, cum laude. Allison K. Porter. Nessa Audrey Roche. Sadie Elizabeth Schubert. Savannah June Snow, cum laude. Madeline Lee Vance, magna cum laude. Natalie Anna Warshaw, magna cum laude. Carly Jean Whitman, summa cum laude, honors program completer. Monica Lizette Wolf. The following students are receiving a Bachelor's of Science in Educational Studies. Josephus Ethiobi Eric Davies III. Morgan Elizabeth Glover, summa cum laude. Bethany Ann Hahn, magna cum laude. Teresa A. Razy. Nicholas Dean Van Pelt.
Please join me in congratulating our secondary education and educational studies graduates. You may be seated. We thank all the parents and guests for attending today. Your support helped your special graduates succeed in their academic journey. Please stand and join us as Samantha Williams leads the 2019 graduates in the singing of the alma mater for the first time as alumni of Kansas State University. Please stand.
Ever it holds me with magic
Thank you, Samantha. Will the platform party, faculty, and graduates prepare for the recessional march? The graduates will recess up the stairs to the concourse where friends and family members may join them. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate this special event, and go Cats!